What were you thinking at that moment?
I was thinking of my son. It sounds weird, but that was the first thing that hit me.
What did you do?
I shot.
Why?
He had my gun. He struck me. It was obvious that he was. It was obvious that he was attacking me. That if he would have got the shotgun from me, then it was this is a life or death situation, and I'm going to have to stop him from doing this. So I shot.
Did he stop when you shot?
He did not. No, he did not.
Can you remember everything, every hand, every movement? Can you remember those things?
No, I know that I was. I know that I got hit, and I know that I was weapon retention. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
With a shotgun or a rifle, it's called the push-pull method. And when somebody's got a weapon, you go to port arms, and you push out and you pull down, is what you're taught. I was a stickler with it, with everybody that we trained. That was my biggest fear, that somebody's on a boat and they come up because the pistol's holstered. Rifle or shotgun, you got it in your hand. It'd be easier for somebody to get it from you. So I always exclusively train people to do this push-pull. So it's natural for me. It's, it's trained into you. It's muscle memory. And when this happened, I was in port arms. I got struck, and I remember when I came down, I got hit in the top of the head, and he had the weapon in his hand. So I pushed and pulled, still getting hit. And
did you get it free from his grip?
I don't believe I did. I don't know. I don't know exactly when or where or if he continued grabbing, but we were together. We were locked up. He was on that shotgun.
You've seen the video we've talked about where you see you're being pushed across. Do you remember that? Do you remember where your bodies were moving?
I know that he was. I didn't know where I was at, but I knew that he was on me. I knew that I was losing this. I knew that if I was getting tripped, if I would have tripped, or if he would have got a lucky strike on my head, or if I would have lost that grip on that shotgun, that I would have been shot, or I'd have been in serious trouble at that point. I knew that he was overpowering me, but I didn't know which direction or what mechanics he was doing to overpower me.
At that time, did you remember how many times you shot the gun?
No, I didn't. I thought I shot twice.
But you shot it. You shot it.
Yes. Yes.
Do you remember how many times you did?
I thought it was twice until later on, speaking with the investigator, that I realized that it was 3 shots. But I shot the first shot. I knew I shot, and then the second shot, I shot again because I was still fighting. He was all over me. He was still all over that shotgun, and he was not relenting. So I shot again to stop him. That third shot, which I thought was second, that final shot, he disengaged, and at that point, he let go. He turned and continued to run down Satilla. And at that point, I was in shock. I turned around. I don't know where I was going. My dad came out, and he was yelling that he's got his hand under him. I turned around. We got over there and pulled his hand out from under him and realized that he was deceased. And I looked up, and the police were right there. I stood up, realized that that I got a gun here, and that he's passed away. The police were on scene, so I walked over to the side and put my shotgun down. After that, it was a blur. It was shocking. It was a blur.
Do you remember speaking to the police on the scene?
I do.
Do you remember going back and giving a statement to Officer No Hilly?
Yes.
Did Officer Nohilly give you an opportunity to reject talking to him?
He did.
Did you agree to talk to him?
Yes.
Do you remember having to sign a form and all that technical legal stuff?
Yeah, he told me, he gave me my Miranda rights, and I agreed to them and agreed to make a statement.
What was it like sitting in the room with Detective Nohilly, trying to recall the specifics of this event?
I struggled. I was trying to give him as much information as possible. I thought that I did a good job until I've read the statements.
Thought you did a good job at what?
At giving him a clear idea of what happened. Reading the statements now, I was all over the place.
All over the place in what way?
In describing what happened, giving the dates and the timeline of what happened, it seemed that I was speaking. It seemed like I was reliving the situation. I would go to one thing, I would say, I saw him on Burford, and then we lost the phone. But when I grabbed the phone, it was just everywhere. I was everywhere, and it was under stress. I was under. This was less than 2 hours after.
Yeah.
After shooting, I was not in my right mind at that.
Travis, you understand that you've been charged with having an agreement of sorts with Roddy Bryant.
Objection.
What's the objection?
Well, we can get it's the way you're describing the charges.
Okay. All right.
That's the state.
All right. Travis, did you ever coordinate with Roddy Bryant to box in Ahmaud Arbery?
No, sir.
Did you ever do anything to try to use him as a bookend to try to corner Ahmaud Arbery?
I did not.
Did you want to stop Ahmaud Arbery and talk to him?
I did.
Did you want to stop him and hold him so the police could come and arrest him?
That was my plan. Yes, sir.
And by hold him, I mean, detain him, not let him go anywhere, at least keep an eye on him.
Leading.
Sustained.
Yes.
Okay, no, don't answer, it's been sustained.
Sorry.
Been sustained. Other than the time that you put your shotgun on your shoulder and the time that you had it in your hands when Mr. Arbery grabbed it, did you ever pull out your gun?
No, I did not. I had my gun out and was walking towards the dogleg, the first encounter we had on Satilla, on Holmes, but he was already running away. He didn't see it, and
Fair enough. I asked you to pull it out.
Yeah, but
that, I think you've explained, you're just putting it back in trouble. Did you leave the house that day with the intention to kill the guy
I did
that
not.
your dad mentioned to you?
I did not.
Did you leave the house that day with
Objection. Leading.
It's not telling him that he did in fact leave the house that day. It's did you leave the house that day?
It's leading. It's sustained. It's a yes or no question. Don't ask me a yes or no question. It's leading. Right.
Well, it's not a leading if the answer could be yes or no. But
We can debate it all you want, Mr. Sheffield.
I
It's
understand.
sustained.
I understand. Okay. Give me 1 second, please. All right. No further questions? The state will have cross.
Let's do this. Let's take a 10-minute recess, and we'll come back for additional evidence.
All right, for adjourned.